Setting up for the live stream.
Yeah.
Right. We are live streaming now. Yay. Did we get a poll set up, Karen?
Sorry?
Did we set up a poll? I can't remember.
The call?
P-O-L-L.
Oh, poll. It's the accent. No, we haven't. We were going to.
Excuse me, you're telling me you don't understand my accent after all these years?
After all
That's
these years.
hilarious.
All right. If you can set up screen share as well, because you're the host now.
Hang on. What I want to do actually is to make you the host again. There you go. Yeah. And then if you can make me co-host again.
What now?
Well, I assume I'd like to be co-host, wouldn't I?
Oh, aren't you automatic? Oh, sorry. I
No,
thought you
we're not.
Okay.
Zoom's not quite that nice.
Okay, sorry, yeah. Okay. Right, so we'll put up full screen share and great. Okay, we'll be starting in a few minutes. Well, no, at half past. So bear with us, please. I am going to share my screen and just put the PowerPoint presentation on. So we'll have the slideshow.
I am not a striped shirt.
Okay. Can you see my sides, my screen, Maya?
I'm sure I could if I was looking at them, yes.
Okay, great. Excellent. So we'll leave that there. Oh, the timer. See if we can put a little timer on there.
How many minutes do we have? We have 20 minutes to go. Let me go ahead and set up a 20-minute timer.
Let me just double check it's working on the live stream. Back in a sec.
Yeah.
Maya, just a quick question. What do you think of Web3?
I think lots of things about Web3, including the fact that there's a lot of spammers out there right now, really having fun with Web3.
Really? So you don't think it's a good investment?
I think it's still a little bit too early to jump in there.
Interesting.
I was about 6 months ago thinking of, starting a whole Web3 not enterprise, a startup for that.
Got you.
Because it's got a lot of potential. But right now, unfortunately, all the people in there seem to be the crypto bros that are just doing pump and dump schemes, a lot of them. There's some really good applications happening too, but the vast majority seem to be these pump and dumps. So stay away for now.
Okay, very interesting. Thank you.
Okay. I'm sorry, I didn't catch your name. Who was that? I just heard a voice. Mark. Oh, thanks, Mark.
What would you say is a good investment immediately?
Tell me a little bit about your business.
I'm pretty well. I'm a life coach. I'm pretty new to crypto, to be honest with you. Yeah.
Okay. So you're a life coach. I would for sure look at automations, things to handle your customer support, your emails, your all of that. Get maybe an AI receptionist that can handle calls while you're busy coaching your clients. Automate everything that you can, right? So it's not just sending out your nurturing emails or whatever, which I'm sure you do, but also using AI to answer them automatically if people respond or
I was referring more to kind of investing in Bitcoin or that kind of thing. Any coins going up at the moment, or?
No, I have not been looking at that space very much.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Bitcoin seems to be the safest right now. In
Uh-huh.
Canada, we have XRP, which the banks are investing in, so that's another strong contender.
Okay.
Um,
Interesting.
I'm hearing good things about Solana, but then I've also heard that a few pump and dumps used Solana. So, take
Okay.
everything with a little bit of extra care. That's what I'd say if you're going to play in the crypto space.
And what's the safest way to invest in XRP and Solana?
There's none that I can tell you is safe, simply
Okay.
because it's an unregulated market.
Got you.
It's not like, for example, with the US and Canada, where you've got the, government insured funds, if you're doing it, mutual funds or any of that,
Got
you're
you.
basically taking a risk. So, what I've seen though is that for all the coins,
Uh-huh.
the market seems to go like it goes up a hill and then crashes, up, crashes.
Yeah,
So
generally the
wait
case
for the
with
next
crypto.
crash, wait for the
Yeah.
next crash and try to get out before the next, get
Good
in at the
advice.
next
I like your
bottom.
thinking.
Exactly. Try to buy low, sell high, but you can't estimate. And sometimes you'll sell too early and you'll miss a nice bump. Sometimes you'll hold on just a bit too long and it'll all go away. So
Yeah, it's true.
don't invest anything you can't afford to lose.
Definitely. Thank you.
You're
Good
welcome.
advice.
Yeah. So where's everyone from? Where's Mark from, for example?
England. How about yourself?
I'm in Toronto, Canada.
No.
Karen's in the UK. Angela, Quentin, where are you guys from? Feel free to unmute, share your camera if you'd like. We are just in the pre thing. Hey, there's Mark. I see a face. Oh, yeah. There's Karen.
Yep, I'm here now. I've got this screen share on so that you can see this screen, but you can't see me now. Or can you?
I can see you. You can't see yourself.
I didn't realize that. I can't see you, that's the thing.
Yeah, this is fun. This is so much fun. So, folks, you'll have to bear with us, humor us, because we're doing this live stream to YouTube for the very first time. We hope things will go beautifully. There's a chance they'll blow up entirely in our face. We have our Zoom account only allows 100 people. So we've got, I think, close to 400 registrants. I don't think all of them will show up, but we're going to have to direct the latecomers into YouTube.
Yeah, so hopefully that will all work out. We shall see.
Yeah. Karen, do you want to try and put that poll up? I put a poll up in YouTube. I've had exactly one person, I think, respond, and they said they use it all day, every day. Was that you, Karen?
No.
Or maybe you were just mucking with my poll and skewing results for me. Wow, wait, Karen, do you see a timer anywhere? I don't see a timer on YouTube.
I can see it online. I can see it on but there's a little thing on the screen because I'm sharing my screen. So basically, all I can see is my screen share. So I don't see what you're.
Okay, on YouTube, I see my face with a little timer on the top. That's so cute. Yes, but only when I'm. Add a timer to your slide. Go on. I dare you.
Putting this all together first. Where else we've got people coming from?
Got already quite a few people. Well, a handful. There's you and me and four more. There's you and me and four more.
Yeah.
And Mark dropped off. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Maybe he just wanted to do
ask a question.
Just curious, won't be able to stay to the end. Oh, no worries. We'll send you out the replay, Quentin, so don't worry, you're not going to miss anything. And you're not late. It's only supposed to start in another 10, 11 minutes.
Oops.
I'm going to leave the poll on YouTube up for a while. So we both look busy. So Quentin's from France. Where's everyone else from?
Put it in the chat.
We've had people registering from Australia, South Africa, India, US, UK, Canada, Germany. Yay. Nice, Kira. How did you find out this? Because I don't think I put it in a German group yet. And feel free to unmute yourself. We haven't started yet, so you don't have to, torture yourself typing. Nope, you don't have to. You can do whatever you want.
Well, tell us what you would like to get out of the session today.
Wait, no, I'm not going to let them tell me what to do. I'm going to make them listen to what I have to say.
So find out what they would like to hear.
Yes,
hopefully there's some over.
Hopefully you're all here to learn prompt engineering.
Okay, so I've just put that little poll up. Does it come up?
An idea. That's me.
Yeah.
Wait, I can't click it. Why can't I click it?
I don't know.
Oh, because I'm a host, I presume. They don't want me screen.
Two from Europe.
Yay. And you've got that too.
Intermediate. Excellent.
So the experts have all gone over to the YouTube channel. More. Hi. And hi, Jeremy.
Okay. That's great. How are we doing on time? We've got another 7
minutes according to that little clock.
Yeah. I'm sure loads of people just come
all
in
right.
at the end.
You're Mr. Higgers. Yeah, I'm in Canada, so we rarely bother with honorifics. We just go, hi, Janet. Hi, Jack.
Sorry, I have one question.
Do
you know Esma?
No.
Esma Manaya.
I do not. I have not heard that one before. Tell me about it.
It's can you hear me?
Yes.
It's like a hobby in Germany.
Oh.
Sorry, I just wanted to introduce myself. I'm Morlane, and I also wanted to ask, geht ihr heute auf die Feier? Leck meine Eier!
Don't know what that was.
Nope, me neither.
6 minutes to go.
Don't know quite what's going on there.
Hey, Bernd,
It wasn't
sorry, I have something in my stomach. Wait, I have sore throat. Wait a minute.
Bro, you forgot to mute yourself.
Oh, sorry.
But you were
Like,
YouTube.
like, willst du mich verarschen?
I think we need.
Karen, you're muted.
Karen, I muted everybody.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm vicious.
Right.
Fett eingeölte Eier.
Right, so we haven't got anyone from the US yet. So that's interesting.
From Canada, just
Sydney's
me.
early for people from Sydney. I imagine
It
they're
is
probably
very
not
early
turn
for
up
them.
on the replay. 70% beginners.
Kira, what the fuck is that?
Sorry, what was that?
I'm sorry, it was my cam.
Okay.
I'm a bit shy.
That's all right.
Don't worry. Okay.
All right. So
looking
the
forward
poll
to.
hasn't Oh, look,
You all
there's
right?
someone from the UK now.
Yeah. That's
A couple
good.
from Canada.
That's all me.
No US yet. All right.
That's good. A lot more from Europe than there are from the US, the other side of the water.
Könnte man meine Eier lecken?
That's interesting. I thought it would be the other way around.
I did too.
So where
no.
for those of you in Europe, and there's only one of you.
Dude, what was that? I mean, that was a picture that's very. No.
I'm Thomas, bro.
Right. Maya, I think everyone needs to go on mute for now.
I'm sorry, I expected a bit more professional meeting here.
Yeah.
Are we starting now or in 4 minutes?
We're gonna start. We'll be starting in 3 minutes.
All right.
Verschwitzte Eier.
I have a question about the AI thing. What AI do you use?
Today we're going to be using ChatGPT.
Okay, I thought you guys. I thought you guys.
Something new.
Michael,
something.
Can you shut the fuck up? I'm sorry. I thought you guys used like.
Sorry. The German AI is called like Ejakulat verschmieren. This is a AI. This is something similar to
ChatGPT. Yeah.
Like
I'm from Germany too.
I think
and
you know Ejakulat verschmieren, ne?
Yeah,
Genau.
I know Ejakulat verschmieren. Yeah, it's but the other AI like Eier massieren is better than Ejakulat.
All right, we're going to be starting in just a minute, and I think we will request that all of you please be on mute while we do the presentation because we've got quite a lot to get through.
Sorry.
No worries.
One last question. Do you have any experience with this new Chinese AI? I forgot the name, but
DeepSeek. We have not.
DeepSeek,
we have not
exactly.
experimented.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Ejakulat verschmieren is the best.
All right, folks, we're going to start right now. And I think let's turn on recording, Karen.
Yeah, hang on a second.
I just did.
Yeah. Okay, well done. Okay. Right, so let me reduce that. So we'll make a start now. Is everybody else on mute, Maya? Because I can't see anything.
Right now, yes.
Okay. Welcome to our workshop today. Mastering AI Prompting, how to get the best responses from AI. Now, this particular workshop has generated a lot of interest. So we're really excited to chat to you and explore the structure that we use to get the best AI results. Let me just see if this is going to work. Right, my name is Karen Chang. I'm in the UK. And
I'm Maya Kurup, and I'm in Canada, where it's nice and white out here because we've got snow. We're having a real winter.
Good for you. Well, we're business partners. Obviously, we work across the pond, the big pond that's between us. And we've been working with AI, building chatbots for quite a few years now. We're basically AI enthusiasts. Maya has a master's in AI. So unlike a lot of people who've kind of started out literally in the last few years, Maya started a long time ago. Maya, is someone on? Not on mute.
Everyone's on mute, as far as I know.
Okay, so we're going to focus basically on AI today, but Liz say we have been working with AI for a number of years now and help businesses grow and leverage AI for their benefit. But what we found is that a lot of businesses are not taking up AI for lots of different reasons. They don't really know where to start. And it's a bit scary. It's a very unknown factor. There's so much in the press right now. People feel that it's going to take over the world. So we felt that it was really important for business owners generally to understand some of the basics and really not be scared.
Yes, hello.
Right. Can we put everyone on mute, Maya?
Everyone is on mute. I'm not sure how this is getting through.
I'm sorry.
Ejakulat verschmieren.
Okay.
Just keep going, Karen.
Right. Okay. Our training aim today and our aim for practical AI skills is all about.
Geh raus, Mann! Geh doch endlich raus!
Right. I'm sorry if you can't put yourself on mute.
Sorry,
if you can't put you on mute.
Oh, sorry, I accidentally unmuted myself.
Right. Okay. Can you stay on mute, or you could watch it on YouTube, perhaps?
Yeah.
Thank you. Right. So our aim is to offer you practical, business-focused, jargon-free training here. This is not for the technically advanced. This is for business owners that really want to leverage AI and understand it from a very practical business.
Sorry that I interrupt, but what's your YouTube name on YouTube? Because
I'll drop that in the chat. Hang on.
Okay. Thanks, Maya.
Do you guys have OnlyFans? Just a question because I was looking for like AI pictures on OnlyFans.
I have no idea. No.
I don't know what your we're sticking to the training program here. We can answer some questions later on, otherwise we're not going to get through the material and cover the structure of an AI prompt. So please hold your questions and we'll press on. So our objective is basically to put a framework together, give you a framework so that you can get the most out of any AI tool really, and understand how the prompting process works. ChatGPT is just one gateway into a large language model. There are lots of them out there. I'm sure that we've talked about them a little earlier. ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, all of them, Perplexity, they're all kind of built-in tools that have a huge database behind them and huge knowledge bank, but they work in a very similar way. So the idea and the framework that we're going to share with you today, whilst we will show you and demonstrate it on ChatGPT, it'll actually work in any of the models that you might be using, wherever that might be. So I put a poll up. I'm not sure if it's still up there. Really appreciate it if you tell us where you come from. I'll ask you to start questions. All right, we can have. I'll put the questions on, but we won't be taking questions just yet. I forgot to put on the poll where your what industry you're in, so maybe we can gather some of that a little bit later when we get into ChatGPT itself. So very basic. at the start to make sure we're all starting at the same point. An AI prompt is basically a request to an AI platform to perform a task. And I like to think of it as an AI brain, that, you know, a super intelligent entity that we could almost interact with like another human being. It can do so much, just as we can create documents, content, images, and the likes. It can analyze, learn, reason, plan, report, predict. It can do it faster, better, more consistently, and probably cheaper than anyone else. And can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes,
okay.
we can hear you.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
So in effect, the AI brain is infinitely smarter than all of us combined. That's my belief anyway.
I will argue with that because I don't think it's particularly all that smart. It is smart in one sense. It can reason based on what it's got, and it's got a whole lot of knowledge that not everybody has. But I still argue that humans are smarter in general.
Well, it depends what you define as smart. There's a level of intelligence and a knowledge factor that's not greater than anybody's. Okay. So there's can we?
I'm trying, Karen. Just keep going.
Can we put people on mute? If that's possible, that would be great. I don't know if we've got an option to do that. Let's press on.
I don't know why he's like typing with like trolling. I don't know. It's so confusing.
Yeah. Can you put yourself on mute? If you're not on mute, there's a little icon on your screen with a word audio underneath it and a microphone. Can you just make sure that's please? Thank you. Okay, right. So there's lots of use cases. Our focus is here on business, and I'm hoping that most of you are involved in business in some shape or form, and you're keen to use AI for your benefit. There are many, many use cases. Most people, the immediate one that comes to mind is creating copy, creating articles, blog posts, social media posts, email responses, that kind of thing. Generating images is now getting a lot of traction, videos, and building software programs. But beyond that, there's also chatbots, there's voice assistants, there's the ability to report on data, to provide you with advice and act as your coach. And this is a big one, actually, that I'm not sure how that many people are actually using it in the way that it could be used. And also to analyze data and provide you with some business intelligence and research, which, and again, is another area that perhaps could be more used than it is. But we're going to start off by just diving into ChatDP as our example of a language model right now. What we're going to talk about today, we can apply in any of the language models, in any of your AI tools. So it's, you know, it's usable across the board. Maya, would you like to drive in?
Yeah, let's do that. I will just head over here. Give me 1 second. All right, I need to share screen, don't I? Share. Let's look at my desktop. Okay, and away we go back into ChatGPT. And we've got a whole lot of windows here that I don't need. Okay, so I'm basically going to act as a business owner that's got a photography business. I'm just going to say that I need an article for that. And you write me an article for my photography business. And away we go. And you'll see ChatGPT is pretty darn quick. It gets everything done in seconds. And it comes up with a pretty, even with such a simple prompt, it comes up with a pretty good response. You know, there's an article, the services we offer, what kind of specifics we have, our style, the experience, and of course, why choose us. Contact information, all of that. Okay, Karen, back to you.
Oh, okay. Let me just share my screen again. Right. Okay. So I have stopped everyone's ability to unmute yourself. So hopefully we won't have any more interruptions. Thanks for your comments on the chat, Bethany, by the way. I was just trying to reply, but I didn't have enough time. Right. Yes. So in effect, AI is, as I said, like an AI super brain. And you can communicate with AI just like you can communicate with a human, chat to it, talk to it, even, you know, with your voice, talk to it. And it's there to help you, always try to help you. But it can only do as much as as the information that you feed it, as much as it knows. Just imagine that you've just employed a new assistant, and your assistant has just started to work with you, but doesn't know you, doesn't know your business, doesn't know anything about your customers or what you sell. And as a consequence, that assistant is not really going to be as valuable to you and provide you with as much support and help as perhaps when that assistant has been with you for a number of months and has started to understand more about your business, about your customers, what you do, how you do it, and how you like to be, so you like them to work for you. So AI needs to know all that information, just like a human needs to know that information to provide the best results for you. So really the framework, what we're going to talk about today is, you know, what information does AI need in order for you to get the best result from it? And you must remember that it is just a machine. That's why it needs more information probably than an assistant that you hired here. That has no context, no understanding really, apart from what you tell it. So the prompting framework we're going to talk about today, the easiest way for me to think about it is what, who, why, and how. AI needs to know this information so that it can provide you with the best result. And then, based on whatever it does provide you, you know, there's a probability that you will need to refine it because maybe you forgot to add a little bit of information here, you forgot to tell it not to do something there, and then you reiterate to get the best outcome for you. So if we start off with the what is the task? What do you want it to do? And give it some background about what your business is. What is the background behind this particular request from AI? Maya, do you want to delve into that in AI,
yeah.
in chatbot?
Yeah. I'm assuming you can see my screen now.
Yep.
Okay, so I am going to just I've created a bit of text because it takes me too long to type. So this time I've got a lot more detail in here. I specialize in destination wedding photography. So, you know, I already have a local team. I've coordinated with a wedding planner. We've got locations set up. We've taken some great shots and drone videos. So please just write me an article that makes my pitch easier, that brides and grooms can understand why they should use me as opposed to just a friend with a camera. Okay, so off it goes. And I said, I need a lot of new leads. And again, we get pretty quick responses. Not just a friend with a camera, like I said. Yeah. And it's highlighted everything that I said, and it's put it in words that makes it feel compelling. Yeah, this is important, right? If your average photographer who's dealing with a lot of clients doesn't have the time to make everyone feel special. They still try, but they don't always succeed. A high-end photographer like this will actually only work with one client at a time because it's a whole week of work. So anyway, got a really good, I think.
And very quickly.
And very quickly, within seconds. Right, Karen?
So even by not providing a lot of detail, you've got a really good response there.
Yeah.
But we can make it better.
Your screen's gone again.
Yeah, I'll put that on now.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've asked it to perform its task and we've given it some background information about the business. And the more information it has, the better response it can give you. The next element of information that we need to provide is who. Who do you want the AI to be? What expertise do you want them to call upon? Because they've got this huge knowledge bank of information and expertise behind them, this super brain. But what do you want it to call upon? Because the more specific your request of the AI, the better the response from them. And in more detail, who is your target audience? And this will add another layer of depth to the output that it provides. Maya, do you want to show that in ChatGPT?
Yep. And so again, I've got a little bit of canned text here that I can copy and paste. And assuming you can see this, I have said that ChatGPT is a copywriter this time who specializes in copy for destination wedding photographers. And I describe my ideal audience a little bit in detail. And
so here you can see Maya's actually written quite a lot of detail about your ideal audience and the role of the actual AI that you want the AI to take. So instead of it just being anybody that looks to go overseas for a wedding, you're talking about people that are really have some money to spend, are planning it. It's a big deal. That's a very different audience.
Right. It's not your average, 20-year-old saying, hey, everybody show up in, Greece or Spain or wherever it is that they want to go to. This is someone who's actually paying for the whole thing. They are wealthy. Money is not a concern. They've taken people over for a whole week. They're doing all kinds of events there. I'm assuming the bride and groom, the stag party, the dough party, the wedding, the bridal showers, all of that. And ChatGPT has cued into that. I didn't specifically say that it's someone with deep pockets, but clearly it's already understood that, just given the fact that I said that everybody's there a week in advance. Now, Karen, you want to share your screen?
Sure. So the quality of this output, the quality of this article is so much better than before, so much more targeted for the business that you're portraying. And so it's going to speak more to the audience that it's trying to reach than just a general article about photography. Okay. So we've talked about what, being very clear about the task you're asking them to do, the background around the business that you have, the context of what you're asking for, the who, what expert role and knowledge do you want the AI to call upon, and who specifically are you trying to target in your target audience? The next thing is the why. And this is really about saying, well, if AI knows what you want to get out of this article, in this particular case, or out of the request that you're making, it can help you and it can tailor what it's doing geared towards your objective. Maya?
And again, I will share my screen and off we go. This time I have the why. We're talking now about, the economy is slowing down. That's certainly true here in Canada. I'm not sure that that's true everywhere in the world, but in Canada it is. But what's also happening is that my team of locals in different destinations are also being hurt by that slowdown. And for the bride and groom, I don't want them to think about that, of course, but I just want them to feel the FOMO, you know, the fear of missing out. Destination weddings are really in demand. I don't work cheap, but you know, it's worth doing that booking right away. So my call to action is really just get people to call me. So the article has again taken a little bit more of a twist. You know, now it's talking about dream venue, support local communities and your team. Experience matters. And this is the key for me. You know, it's limited availability. Join that waiting list now. Call my receptionist to lock in your date. And I use an AI receptionist just because it's much easier than me trying to do that when I'm, you know, off trying to be at a wedding, trying to be present. Yeah, so that's
yeah.
it.
So here, basically, the article actually is a lot more specific. It's calling for the person, the reader, if they fit the bill because it's targeted to them, then asking them to the call to action is to say, give us a call, get on our waiting list. And that's really important for any marketing material, to have a call to action, the single step that you want them to take to move forward. And if you don't tell AI that's what you want to achieve, maybe maybe it's not actually you wanted them to make a phone call. Maybe you wanted them to sign up for your mailing list, or maybe you wanted them to put a like on your page. There's lots of other things that you might have wanted them to do. And if you tell AI what it is you want to achieve from this particular job that you've asked them to do, then they can make that happen. But if you don't tell them and just say, I want an article, and miss that bit out, then they can't steer that article for your own purposes. Right.
And just to get a read on how everyone's doing, is this making sense to all of you? Is this valuable, what you're hearing so far?
Let's see what people are saying here.
ChatGPT breaks down and doesn't show recent conversations. I haven't had that, Amit. It's too beginner. Well, yeah, this is definitely a beginner training for sure. Yes.
Okay. Well, moving on, the next element is how. So the how, in terms of how do you want them to respond? What kind of format are you looking for? What tone of voice fits with your brand guidelines? If you're asking for an image, what colors do you want to use? If you're asking for an article, how long do you want that article to be? Do you want them to throw in some witty lines? Do you want them to be engaging or professional or friendly and informal? What style do you want them to adopt? And what format, in terms of the output, do you want from them? And again, you know, if you tell it all this information, it can provide you with exactly what you're looking for. Maya, do you want to show
You're still
that?
seeing my screen? Yeah. There we go. So again, I'm just saying, use a chatty tone, throw in a joke or two. And at this point, I also wanted to rewrite the entire article. So make it compelling, make the reader really want to pick up their phone to lock in their perfect wedding album and videos. And takes a second to think. And here we go. You see the style has now changed more.
So the language that it uses,
yeah,
is actually very different. So it's not just what you want. It's not just you know, who you want it to be or who your target audience is. It's also about your business and the brand guidelines, what tone you want it to take, what format you want to get the output in. And there's lots of stuff you can do. I mean, I notice in the comments there's requests for kind of a little bit more advanced stuff. So maybe hopefully we'll have some time to then dive deeper in it once we've gone through these examples.
Okay, now this time you notice that there were not that much in terms of headings, subsections. I'm going to direct it, just refine it a little bit to get a bit more, a bit more oomph into that. There you go. There's a big giant headline. So you can see at a glance that, it's got certain things it wants to convey, and it's got the call to action right at the end.
Yeah, yeah. So it's literally taking each step that you're requesting and making those changes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Excellent. Okay, so that's kind of just gives you a flavor of, the importance and the structure of a good AI prompt. It needs to have all those components. It needs to talk about the who, the what, the why, the how you want that information provided. And you can upload documents to ChatGPT-2 and the other AI models, and that can give you a reference or as an example of the tone of voice, your brand, the essence of your brand. You can upload a document as a reference document in terms of the structure and the format of things and ask it to follow that format. There's a lot that you can do without, not just in the words that you're using here.
So now also, if you notice, I just dropped something more in the ChatGPT. I want to repurpose what it just created. This time I want to submit this article to Vogue, and I would like lots of photographs. Very succinct CTA at the end, just showing, how we can take one bit of reasoning that we've been doing and taking that in different directions. And something else, like each of these little bits would be an image, right? A setting, a secluded villa above the waters. Get an appropriate photograph. That sort of thing. Or, for example, I just go, I want some social media posts. Give me some of that. Give me some topic ideas. So for those of you in the chat who are telling me that this is too basic, this was intended to be a beginner training. This is not an advanced, let's make everything perfect. This is for the business owner who doesn't know much about AI. If you noticed from the poll we did at the beginning, 2/3 of the attendees here are beginners.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That's true. Yeah, so you can see here, you can start. So what you've done, Maya, is you've started off by with a very simple prompt, which gave you a good output, but then you started to apply in more and more information, and that information has helped AI to fine-tune and tailor its response to your particular input, and that's what a good AI prompt is all about. It's about making sure that you've got all the right information, all the right information. Sorry, I'm reading the chat. All the right information to ensure that the AI tool can provide the best output for you. But it can only do and give you the information, do its best job for you with as much information as you can possibly give it. And then, as Maya has just done, you can repurpose what you've done. It remembers everything. Sorry, Maya.
Right. No, that's exactly where I was going. I was just going to say, the more information you give it, the better it can build up a picture of your business. If you've got a paid ChatGPT account, it will also remember you from iteration to iteration. So, today you're coming in and asking for a blog post. Tomorrow you might be wanting to figure out how to, put together a new ad for your business. All kinds of things like that. Someone in the chat said, looks like your goal was to creating marketing verbiage. What happens afterwards? Do you then use other AI programs? There's a whole lot of AI. This training was specifically about ChatGPT to create some kind of output. And I figured that business owners right now, one of the big things they do is get things out on social media, put out articles, blog posts. You're trying to get leads, you're trying to get customers. So that was the goal. We will later, and you can tell us what else you'd like us to cover, and we'll definitely take that into account.
Yeah, and in actual fact, you know, what Maya's just shown you here is that you can get ChatGPT to provide you with so much information. I mean, you're asking it to write a blog post, and then from that blog post, you're asking it for article, social media posts, and you know, you can then ask it for, well, where's the best place for me to target these kind of customers. You can ask it so much information, and that's really where, for example, it acts as a coach, an advisor. It's not just somebody, an AI tool to write copy, to write, you know, articles, to write blog posts. It has so much more depth to it, and there's lots of layers that we can delve into.
All right, Karen, you want to take over the screen share again?
Okay. Yeah, it's fine. Okay. And that's interesting. Someone said they considered themselves a beginner, but actually they want to go in even further. Okay, well, let's see where we get to with the time that we have available. So basically, the output that comes out of AI, the AI tool, is dependent on what you put into it. And what we've done is take you through the process of the different layers of information that AI benefits from receiving in order to get the best result for you. But even so, the way Maya has done it, we've reiterated, we've refined it, we've added layers each time we've gone back into ChatGPT, and it's come back with a slightly different answer and a slightly different answer and a slightly different answer. And hopefully at some point, if there was a real business here, then, you know, that answer would be spot on for the target audience, it'd be spot on for the actual business. It would be exactly what that business owner is looking for from that particular article. And then from that article, you can then, because it's spot on, you can then do so much more in terms of, as Maya said, you know, taking the social media posts out of it. You could then ask it to create images from that, for that content. And where could you find those particular clients? There's so much more that you could do. But AI is just a tool, and it can only get out what you put in.
Karen, are you sharing your screen? I'm only seeing my screen right now.
Have you stopped sharing your screen?
No, I thought we could both do it.
Okay. No, if you stop sharing your screen, you won't see your screen, you'll see mine, because I'm sharing mine.
All right.
Yeah?
I don't see.
So, can you see mine now? Yes?
No.
You can't?
Can anyone else see Karen's screen?
Can everyone see my screen or not?
I'm seeing everyone in the meeting.
Oh, well, I'll stop it and start again then. I don't know what happened there. Can you see it now?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay.
Yes.
So it's important to refine your request and just ask AI however many times you need to improve it and get it spot on. And actually, you can ask an AI to enhance your prompts. You can ask it for whatever information you want, and it's actually pretty impressive. So it's important to be specific, and the more specific and the more content you provide it with, the better a job it can do for you. It's there to help you. So if you're not sure about something, or if you think maybe you need to put more information, ask it. You know, is there more information that you could I could provide with you with that would improve my the output here? And be patient, because the response you get may not be perfect. You may need to questions to record to their computer.
Oh, that's someone else's note taker. Don't worry about it.
Okay. Be patient. Yeah. and just tweak your prompt and try again. You saw how Maya did it so quickly. So the information that's available to you is literally instant. So even though it might not be perfect first time round, it's still saving you a huge amount of time, because what Maya created here would probably take, you know, a number of hours for somebody to actually do it themselves if they were to write it from scratch.
Yeah. I mean, even an experienced copywriter might have, you know, bits and pieces that they just copy paste and tweak a little bit, but it would still take the better part of an hour or two.
Yeah.
And then if you consider, you know, even if it saves you only 2 hours a week, right, using AI, that we have 52 weeks a year. Assume you take 2 weeks off. That's 50 weeks. That's 100 hours. That's 2.5 weeks of work time. You can do a lot in 2.5 weeks.
That's right. And that's the thing, isn't it? AI is here to help us. It's our tool. So we put together a structured prompt guideline which takes you through, just ensures that you cover all of those different points. And we'll give you a link in a moment to download that if that's of help to you, so that you can ensure that you don't miss anything out. Maya, maybe you can put that in the chat.
Yep, give me 1 second. Keep talking, Karen.
Okay, so moving on, it's really important.
I do need the prompt.
Sorry?
I need the URL.co.
Oh, see.
Downloads. Okay. Yep, go ahead.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay. So it's important to remember that although the AI brain, as it were, is super smart, it does get things wrong sometimes. It is purely an algorithm. It's just looking at the immense amount of data that's out there and making sense of it, looking for patterns, looking for, and then following that. But sometimes it gets it wrong. It gets it wrong far less now than it did when it all came out and was made public and open to us all. But it is still an algorithm, and yes, can get it wrong. So you do need to check what it comes out with. It may not be exactly the way it should be. And it's also really important to remember that AI isn't. It can save a lot of time. There's so many use cases for it that actually it makes sense to use it and save so much time and get through so much, become so much more efficient with it. But there are some things that you need to be aware of. Yes, it can get it wrong sometimes. But for example, if you were to use it for job applications, put your resume together or put your covering letter to a company together. Recruitment consultants hate AI. They're trying to move away from it. They can tell if somebody's completed their application or put their CV together using AI, and pretty quickly, pretty promptly, that CV gets put into the reject pile. So yes, it's great. It might come up with a great looking CV and covering letter, but actually, if it's not you, the recruiter will know, and they'll know it's AI, because there's lots of telltale signs. Copyright, you need to be aware of copyright regulations, considerations around AI. I know there was some talk in the chat about that. Copyright is a really difficult and unclear at the moment as far as AI is concerned, but you need to be aware of it. You need to be, if you're going to be using anybody else's material, or the material that comes out of AI may well be using someone else's material, and that might be causing a problem. So from your perspective, just make sure that you're completely happy that it's not plagiarizing anything. There are regulations coming out all the time, changing all the time in different regions with regard to AI. No one really knows what they want to do with it. It's such a wild west type scenario right now, but that's something to bear in mind and stay on top of. And the other side is data privacy. I saw that someone commented in the chat and was asking me if the information you put into the likes of ChatGPT is actually going into their database? And generally, the answer is yes, unless you are using certain, you're putting on certain functions and features within ChatGPT to close that off, or you're on certain tiers, or you're using certain tools which have their own kind of security levels and are using an API as opposed to going straight into ChatGPT. Maya, can you just show, if we switch the screen, can you just go into ChatGPT and show actually where you could switch off that that feature?
Sorry, which feature was that we're turning off?
Where the data that you're putting into ChatGPT is actually fed back into ChatGPT database.
Okay, so this is the privacy issue. I've just gone into ChatGPT 01, and everything I did here was being used for training the AI. But if you go right to the bottom here, you see temporary chat. If you switch to temporary chat mode, I'm not going to do that in this window. Let me just open up a separate window. ChatGPT. And this time I'm going to go into private mode, which is basically temporary chat. And you'll see this chat won't appear in history. It will not use or create memories or be used to train our models, but they may keep a copy for 30 days. If you have a Teams account, a ChatGPT team account, that one charges a little bit more, but it automatically defaults to being in private mode. I would still say if you've got something that's super sensitive, I wouldn't trust ChatGPT. But then again, these days, it feels like everything's listening to you. Windows 11 is listening to you. Apple is listening to you. Siri is listening to you. Like, you know, there's only so much control we actually do have, unless you're going to go completely off grid.
Yeah, if you go into settings, is there a settings button for the far left hand side on your menu, right at the bottom? Not when you're in temporary chat. If you come out of temporary chat.
No.
That left menu. Right at the bottom. Not so much stuff in there.
A lot of chats. Sorry.
Right at the bottom. Keep going. Keep going.
Nope, I don't.
Yeah, keep going. If you keep going, it's oh my gosh.
I'm as far as I can go. I cannot go any further down. We're done.
Okay. But right at the bottom, you do have an option for settings in your account management where you can turn memory on and off. Now the memory is linked to you, and what ChatGPT kind of connects and identifies against you and your account. Oh yeah, maybe that.
The difference is that Karen's Windows and I'm on Mac. So for me, it's up at the top right.
All right. Okay. Sorry. So personalize it we can personalize it.
Yes. So this is where you turn the memory on. I've got it on because I wanted to know about me from all the chats.
Yeah. But the thing is that I wouldn't put any personal or sensitive information in here that is, you know, with names and data that you don't want to be available, because although it goes into a massive big database, it still is out there. So if there's any sensitive information, I wouldn't put it on there for your particular business.
You also have this option here, by the way, which, you know, under data controls, it defaults to improving the model for everyone, which is another way of saying we're going to use it to train our models. Turn it off, and you have, you know, privacy. So again, I like it to know what I'm doing simply because I'm reusing a lot of the stuff I do, and it needs to know about my business.
Yeah. So actually, you know, yes, what you put into it it depends on the settings you have on your screen. If you turn it off, as Maya's just done, it's not feeding it back in, but it is then remembering it potentially for you, so that subsequently you could then go in and talk about something that you've talked about before, and it will know what you've been chatting to it about. But you can turn that off again as well, turn off that memory, or you can have that temporary chat so it doesn't stay in memory at all. So you just have to be aware, and you have to, you know, look at your settings and make sure that all the privacy settings are the way you want them to be. And don't put, if you've got, you know, sensitive data in your particular business and you're uploading a document for it to analyze, I wouldn't upload it straight into ChatGPT. I would use another tool that has, you know, some kind of privacy screening there, so that the data doesn't become publicly available. Because one of the things ChatGPT can be used for is obviously research and competitor analysis and all that kind of thing, business intelligence. And if you put sensitive data about your business, then of course ChatGPT is going to know all that data. And although they wouldn't spool it out to anybody else specifically about your business, it's still there in the overall knowledge bank, as it were.
Right.
Okay, so let's just move on a little bit, and then we can come back to some questions, and maybe you can actually look at some images as well. That seems to be of interest. Right, let's just see where we are. There's another thing that we're not going to go into detail, because I think you really want to talk about prompt engineering, imaging, creating images, but reverse prompt engineering, this is basically when you are giving ChatGPT an example of what you want to create, and ask it to then create a prompt for you to create something similar. It might be a report that has been created in your particular industry, and you want to create a report similar to that, you know, using the same kind of structure, the same kind of content, but not the same. You can get ChatGPT, you can upload that into ChatGPT, get it to write a prompt for you to then use in AI to come up with something similar. So it'll be kind of like a template. You would need to fill in some of the information that you want, but it basically can reverse engineer it. Similarly with images as well. If there's an image that you particularly like, you could get it to look at that image and then ask it, you know, something else in that kind of style, and create a prompt for you to then use and perhaps play around with a little bit, not use exactly as it comes out, but it gives you a starting point for you to create something that you hadn't thought about.
Yeah. And the other thing is, yep, go ahead, Karen, never mind.
I was just gonna, I think we'll go into answering the questions and maybe going through the images in a minute, because we'll have a little bit of time. But we've provided on this downloads page, there's a structured prompt guideline taking you through the what, who, how, why, and how, with the underlying categories within that. But also there's a link to a custom GPT that we've created called Prompt Architect, which will basically help you create good quality prompts. And you can put your prompt in and ask it to improve that prompt, and it will take you through the whole process of getting the best prompt you can. You would copy and paste that, put it into the main ChatGPT chat, and off you go. So Maya, do you want to kind of, maybe we can take some questions, or you could do a little bit on imaging? What do you think?
I can do some on imaging. Give me a second. I'm just going to share my screen. And it says screen sharing's failing to start.
There's a lot of people on this call. We've got people here and on YouTube. So I appreciate that this has maybe not hit the button for everybody, but it was intended as a
okay, so my screen is no
jargon practical workshop.
So for those who wanted to see videos, sorry, not video, images. I'm going to focus on this prompt, which is the different venues. So let's say we want a villa overlooking turquoise waters. Okay. Let's go. By the way, image is default available on ChatGPT 4.0. So that's what I've switched to, hence the separate chat. Can you create image of a villa overlooking turquoise waters? Swimming pool. And a deck. All right, create that image. Oh, wait, didn't get my image. Okay. Villa overlooking turquoise waters has a swimming pool and a deck with lounge chairs. Bright sunshine. All right, let's see what ChatGPT wants to do with that. It's going to take a minute. While it's doing that, oh, there we go. Anyone like that image? And I thought was pretty nice. How about we take the other side of that same thing, which was historic estates.
Now, looking at the prompt guidelines, we could actually use the same prompt guidelines here in terms of asking it to create the image. You can ask it what style, you know, do you want a photographic, photorealistic type image, or a sketch, or an oil painting, or you know, what colors do you want to use, what feeling do you want to generate? All that kind of information can be put into your prompt for images, and that will give you a much kind of more detailed request.
Right now, we're doing just basically in ChatGPT. This is basically using DALL-E. There's a bunch of other image generators also, of course. There's Stable Diffusion, there's Flux LoRa, there's a whole bunch of others.
So you'll have what I'm trying to say, Maya, is that in the prompt that you're giving it, we could actually use all the structured components that we were talking about before for an image prompt. So you can ask it, you know, I'd like this, but I'd like it to be in a sketch, in the style of a sketch, or a DALL-E painting.
Right.
And I'd like to use colors of this. I'd like to see some pink flowers. I would like to see, you know, be very specific about what you're looking for.
Marcin says it was supposed to tailor a document for me and added extra details that I did not provide. That is unfortunately one of the risks with AI. It'll sometimes give you something unexpected, so always double check. Content policy, yes, please, go ahead. We're not asking you to create.
That then also comes down to the prompt. Marcin, it also comes down to the prompt. Be very clear on what it is you asked it to do. Maybe a lot of the prompts, there is the do's and the don'ts. So sometimes if it's done something that you didn't want it to do, you need to tell it, well, can you kind of remove that bit and don't do this, but do that. Oh, look at that.
There we go. That looks really, really interesting. Anyone got an image you'd like us to try and generate for you? Something specific?
So the point here is really use the same prompt structure, the framework of thinking about, okay, so what would if I was talking to a graphic designer here and I have an image in my mind, I really need to convey exactly what that image is, the colors, the style, you know, the feeling that you get from it, there's lots of different components. What do you want to get out of that image? How do you want to leave the viewer? And also, I mean, these are image, DALL-E is an image creating tool, AI tool anyway, so you don't need to say be an AI graphic designer. An image with text and some muted background. That's interesting.
All right, I'm just going to copy that one in. See how well I do. Just no mucking around. Oh, look at this. We can also, no, I don't want to open it in Canvas. So for the person who was asking about hands and things are bad, James, you see, they look actually much better now. A year and a half ago, yes, you would get, sometimes 2 noses, 3 eyes, 5 arms. This is still not perfect because, as you can see, I mean, there's a little bit of that hand there doesn't quite look human, but the other hand looks decent, not perfect. Yeah, I might tell it to not show hands. Okay, and I'll get this to go.
Patrick, you're right. All of these AI models, they are all just using algorithms and looking at statistics, the statistical use of language, and then it's training data and saying what it comes up with is based on that.
Yep. Yeah.
So you're talking about it being a parrot and not understanding. In essence, yes, but actually it does have an element of understanding from all of the knowledge. But you have to also, the other thing is you have to think about, well, what data does it hold in its database? A huge amount of data. But also there's a lot of fake knowledge out there now, isn't there? There's a lot of fake information that gets fed into the ether. And AI is not going to know.
Has no way of knowing. Yeah.
It's going to look at all of the data and it's going to take all of it into consideration and look at the overall likelihood of what you're being asked and what feedback it gets. The more and more fake data that goes out there, the worse the AI models are going to be.
Yeah. And David, yes, your image from Grok is absolutely stunning. Marina, there's your image with some text. AI still doesn't do really well on text. So, this image, I'm not fond of the font. The holistic health is kind of faded out. Might work, might not.
Yeah. Yeah. The tools are improving all the time, aren't they, as far as image is concerned, because that has been an issue. But it is improving a lot. So, AI is the worst it's ever going to be, and it's pretty damn good right now. So, it's just only going to get better and better and better from here.
Yep. All right. So, Karen,
if you admit to crimes with ChatGPT, can the police in the UK do anything about it? Well, I'm sure. The police
I don't think
it's
so much ChatGPT, but it's more like your local intelligence agencies are probably tracking everything you do. So I don't think it's a question of ChatGPT ratting you out. If you get ratted out, it's more like somebody else has been snooping on you. What ChatGPT does is get information. So
yeah, I would have thought though that the authorities, if they're then researching and delving into things, they could well pick up on information that you've put into ChatGPT, but they wouldn't be going out looking for it unless they had a reason to.
I'm going to have to play with Grok. I really liked that image that David Martinez put in.
It's pretty beautiful. Good. Yeah. And you can upload documents into it as well. So for example, let's say you found something that you really like the look of, you could upload it and ask it to recreate an image like in with that kind of look and feel.
So I just uploaded David's image back into ChatGPT, and I'm saying, can you tell me a prompt that would generate this image? So this is the reverse engineering that we're doing here. Let's see. And this is a challenge. That image is absolutely stunning. Lovely.
There you go.
Let's copy that, paste it.
It won't create the same thing though.
Of course not. It's not going to create something identical.
No.
There we go.
Someone was talking earlier about research as well.
Yeah.
Maybe we can look at, just show the, so you basically took an image and uploaded that image so that ChatGPT could read that image, and then
it gave me back what it thinks would give a similar kind of an image. And let's take a look. That's actually really pretty. It's not the same image, but it's gorgeous. So yeah, it all depends on and apparently ChatGPT Grok understands prompts better than ChatGPT does right now. Good to know.
Yeah.
All right, Karen, right on the hour.
Yeah. So basically you can upload documents here. You can ask it for research. There's so much that we could cover off here in terms of what ChatGPT does and can do for you. There's just not enough time. This was pitched to really help you get an idea of the level of content that you need to put in it to get the best kind of output from it. And that GPT, that Pitch Architect, will really help you as well. So if you just use that, we're not charging anything for it. You just need to have a free ChatGPT account, and that will help you. Right, we have hit the hour. Is there anything in these questions you want to answer quickly?
We've answered most of them. Did it help people who are actually beginners? If you make music with AI, is it copyrighted? If you make music with AI, depending on the tool, it's anything with copyright is a gray area. I don't do music, but I do art. And yeah, some of the images are so close to existing artworks, it would be really hard to say whether.
I don't think you can claim the copyright from anything that AI has generated.
Yeah. And hopefully you guys got something useful out of this. We will send out a survey. We do understand a lot of people wanted something more advanced. Hopefully that'll be another of our webinars in a while. And next time I'm going to make sure we have webinar software.
And apologies for the beginning when where there was a number of people that were
there were a couple of disruptive elements.
Yeah. So anyway, we managed to get that sorted out. So,
yeah,
we really appreciate you coming. Reach out to us if you have any other questions, and if you've got any ideas on what you'd like to hear next. We can certainly, look at running some other webinars focusing on other areas. But do take a look at the structured template, prompt template. That will give you a good starting point. Use that Pitch Architect GPT. That will really help you. And just have a play. Somebody's actually mentioned, what AI tools are useful in business. There are so many AI tools out there now. I've actually have a look at that AI tools list that's on the that we've got on that page, that link that we gave you. There are a number there that have been proven. And actually, it depends on where you are in terms of your level of expertise and what you actually want out of it. Of the AI tool, because there are some tools that are kind of multi-tools, do a whole load of stuff, like Marketing Blocks, where you can actually get all the copy, all your social media posts, videos created, audio, all of that. It does the lot, and it does it very well. You can even create a chatbot on there. But there are some limitations, and it depends on what your requirements actually are as to whether something like that works for you. Otherwise, there are tools there that focus on specifically on creating videos, or specifically on audio, voice, specifically for chatbots, specifically for social media content, or writing books. The images, logos. There's across the board. So it's very difficult to say, which tools, but have a look at our tools list. Those are ones that have been proven, have been around for a little while. There are plenty others though, and loads that are coming out every day. So we will.
Karen, can you put the link to that document in the chat, please?
Which document?
I'm scrolling up and down. The prompt generator thingy.
The Word document, you mean?
Yeah.
All the links are on that web page that you provided. Let me just go and grab it, and I'll put it in the chat again.
We'll also include it in the replay email that we send out, because I know there were people who signed up who are not here, and we promised that we would send out the replay.
Yeah. Right, so on that page, you'll get access to all the things we've talked about there. Excellent. We'll have a look at that, David. Thank you. We will actually have some workshops on. In fact, in a few weeks' time, we've got a workshop coming up from the founder and creator of a tool called Magi, which is an aggregator for lots of the different AI models out there. Maya, do you want to say a little bit about that? Because that's quite a handy tool.
I use Magi quite a bit, and what I love about it is you pay a single fee. I think the cheapest price is $19 a month. You get access to over 30 different models. There's models like, obviously the basic ChatGPT models. They've even got O3 Mini, which is brand new. It's already in Magi. And we've got a bunch of image models. There's Nemotron, which is the NVIDIA model. We've got all the Amazon Nova models in there. So, for that $19 a month, you're getting access to a lot of stuff. It doesn't have Sora in it yet, but it does have, I think it's called Luma Dream, which is another video creator, as well as a ton of, 30 is good enough. It's not a ton of other models. There's also Flux LoRa, which I love because you can train it on your own photographs and then tell it to create an image of you in whatever setting, whatever outfit. And that's one of the best I've seen so far for, AI generated images of you that actually look like you. It makes you look a little bit slenderer, which I love. Sometimes it makes you, got great angles, great lighting. It looks like a professional photo shoot was done. So
yeah,
and by downloads link there for you guys in the chat. Just
excellent.
And you should be able to click save and save the chat.
Yeah. Well, thank you very much for coming along. We really appreciate it, and we hope that you've got some value out of it. Still 29 people on this session, and I'm sure there's some more on the live stream. So that's very positive. And have a great day. And if you have any questions, then do shout. Let us know, and take a look and see what else we've got coming up. We've got some interesting webinars. We haven't even put them up yet, to be honest. But we'll catch up with you again. Okay.
One sec, Karen.
We'll say goodbye now.
Hang on. Before you say goodbye, someone asked they wanted the YouTube channel link again. I'm just gonna put that in there for them.
All right. Okay.
There you go.
Yeah.
I just dropped that in. Hopefully you can see it, folks. Enjoy. And we will put some more content on that channel. It's very basic right now. It's brand new. Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks again, everyone, for coming.
And hopefully we'll see you on some other training very soon.
Yeah. All right. Have a good
Thank
night. Good
you.
day.
Have a good
Bye.
day. Bye.